flashing light is a light showing one or more flashes at regular intervals. The duration of light period is less than of the dark period. In particular, a light showing a single flash at regular intervals, distinctive names are used to indicate different combination of flashes. Flashes or flickering lights can usually be seen most clearly when looking at a bright background. The list of the components that we have been using is 3 times resistors, 2 times LED rack, IC 555 timer, 1 times capacitor, power source and ground. What is a capacitor and why does the flashlight use one? A capacitor is a basic electronic component that stores electric charge. A capacitor is used in the flashlight instead of a battery because of the amount of electrical power generated by the shaking of the flashlight and because it is easily rechargeable. Less power is required by the flashlight than with normal flashlights. The flashlight capacitor holds enough charge for over 5 minutes of bright light without further shaking. What is an LED and why does the flashlight use one? An LED or light emitting diode is an electronic component that emits light when an electric current is applied to it. LEDs have become very popular for lighting applications over the past few years in everything from street lights to roadway hazard lights. A big reason for their popularity is their efficiency and lifespan. An LED is many times more efficient than a halogen or fluorescence bulb, uses much less power and lasts for up to 10 years, a perfect match for the design of the flashlight.
Okay, now we proceed to how the circuit works before we draw out the final output. Okay, for this circuit, which is a flashing light, we use the 555 timer to put out this flashing light using the LED 1 and LED 2. Okay, how does this 555 timer works for this circuit? For the leg 1, which is a pin 1, which is a ground, will be connected to the ground, and the pin 2, which is the trigger, which put to start the 555 timer to keep it running, and the pin 3, which is the output pin to display the output as in the following LED and blinking like this. Okay, for the pin 4, which is the reset pin, which can be used to restart the Wi-Fi timings operation, which is similar to the trigger input. For the pin 5, we didn't use it because pin 5 is a control pin. Okay, for the pin 6, which is the threshold, the purpose of this pin is to monitor the voltage across the capacitor that is touched by the pin 7, but in this case we didn't use the pin 7. For the pin 8, which is the supply voltage, okay, for the 555 timer, the voltage must be at least within the range of 4.5 volt and no greater than 15 volt, and in this circuit we use the 12 volt DC power supply. Okay, and the output will be as the following, using the 47k resistor and the 220 and 470 as the following. You can see that the range between each blinking LED is between 1 second to D2. Okay, moving on to the final output for this circuit flashing light, we will be using the arrays for the 3D visualization output. Proceed to arrays. Okay, first and foremost, we have to create the board edge first by selecting the board edge. Then draw the circuit to your own liking, this example, to your own preference. Alright, and then proceed to tools and place auto placer and click OK. Okay, after that, using the technology tab, we go to design rules and go to net classes under power and set the bottom copper for the pair of horizontal and vertical. Remember, for the signal we use the T25 trace star and bottom copper for the both of them, and click OK. After that, we use tool and then select auto rotor and begin routing. Alright, for aesthetic view, blazing view, we use the 2D graphic text mode. Select the top copper. Alright, lastly we go to the output and click 3D visualization to finalize the circuit. Select view and auto spin. Alright, this is the circuit 2 flashing light circuit for our mini project group assignment.